Good day, everybody. How are you all doing? Today, we are going to talk about an X-bar control chart. Okay. Uh, so let's get started by sharing the computer screen with you. Okay, so we have 10 days worth of data. Okay, as you will see over here. And the first column is day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days of worth of data. And we have taken 5 observations on each day under the column heading OBS 1, OBS 2, OBS 3, OBS 4, OBS 5. So I'm first calculating the X bar per day under the column G, okay, X bar per day, which is simple. It is the formula is equal to average in parentheses from B6, that means here, to B to this one. So it is average from here to here, okay. That is the formula for X bar. Okay, as you will see over here, if I go over here, you will see average B6, that means column B, row 6, observation 1, day 1, through column F, okay, column F, observation 5, which is fifth observation for day 5. So we are averaging the data points between B6 and column B6, cell 6, and then C6, D6, E6, and F6, which is this formula, which I have highlighted in G6. And then what do I do after I have done this formula over here? I click on the plus sign on the extreme bottom right corner of the cell G6, as I'm showing on the screen. And I'll drag this plus sign to the up until G15, which is the last data point. And all these cells are automatically filled up with the averages of each row. For example, in G7, it will be average of B7 through F7. That means second day observation 1 through second day observation 5. So these are the averages per day. Now I will calculate the grand X bar, that is the average of all averages, which is average. The formula is average G6 through G15, column G, row 6 through row 15. It's called grand X bar because it's the average of all daily averages. Okay, so that's done. Now we have to calculate the lower control limit formula and the upper control limit. So lower control formula I have shown on the screen over here, which is grand X bar minus 3 times sigma divided by square root of n. Now I have 10 observations because I've taken 10 days worth of data. So n is equal to 10. So sigma is also given in the problem. Sigma is the population standard deviation is 0.25. Okay, so this is the formula for the lower control limit. This is the formula for upper control limit. The only difference is in the lower control limit is minus 3 sigma times square root of n, 3 times sigma divided by square root of n. In the upper control limit, it is plus 3 times sigma divided by square root of n. So here is the formula that I use in column H, row 6 is dollar. You have to put the dollar sign G $16. What the dollar sign does is it holds G, column G, row 16 constant. That's where your grand X bar is located, as I will show you. Okay, this one, which is column G, row 16. But if you want to hold it constant, then you have to type the formula as I've shown here as $G, $16. That will hold that cell constant. It will not change it. Minus 3.3, then multiplied by is asterisk sign on top of 8, number 8 in the computer. In parenthesis 0.25 divided by square root of 10. SQRT means square root of 10. N is 10 because I have 10 days of data. And put another parenthesis on the right and hit enter. And then all you have to do is look for the plus sign on the bottom right corner of cell H6, that is lower control limit as calculated on day 1, and then just drag the formula down up to this point, which is row row 15 column H, or H15, and all the cells get filled up. Now the center, remember, center is the grand X bar. So that is $G, $16. Okay, you have to put the dollar sign, otherwise the values will not remain constant. And then you just drag it down like the other ones. Okay, and you get the center. Then the upper control limit, the formula I've given before, is $G, $16. That is the grand X bar, plus, instead of minus this time it is plus 3 multiplied by, in parenthesis, 0.25 is the standard deviation sigma given on the top, divided by square root of 10, because we have 10 days of data. Once we calculate that, we just drag it down just like before, and the cells get filled up. Now we have to make the chart. Okay, so I want to make a chart involving these 4 columns. So I highlight this like this. Okay, so I highlight the cells, columns I want to make, columns and cells I want to make the data, which is column G, column H, column I, and column J, from the heading up until 15. So from row 5 to row 15. Okay, and then I go into home. Sorry, I go into insert on the top row, insert. Okay, and I select this type of chart, and then it will automatically make a chart for me, just like you see here. Okay, it will give you the headings. The heading you have to type, the title of the chart you have to type X bar control chart, but it will indicate what the lines are. The yellow line is the upper control limit. The orange line is the yellow horizontal line is the upper control limit. The orange horizontal line is the lower control limit. The ashed horizontal line in the middle is your grand X bar. And the blue is basically showing you how the X bars are on different days. You notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the 6th day, the blue chart, that is the X bar of that day, went above the upper control limit. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And so forth. Okay. And then also you see another point which is below the lower control limit. This is the X bar for one particular day. Okay. And it went below. Okay. Notice the data point 3.94 in X bar on the 9th day. It is below. Sorry, not 3.94. It is the 3.6296 in the X bar column, which is below the lower control limit. Okay. And similarly, if you look at, say, for example, 4.27 in the X bar, it is above the upper control limit of 4.19. So basically, you highlight the columns, go into insert, go into chart, and then click into the line chart, and click into the first line chart, and you get this nice control X bar control chart. This is called the X bar control chart. So this is the way you do it. If you have any question, you can always contact me. You can send me a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And please subscribe to my channel, because I've solved all kinds of math problems just for you. Okay. So you can, by being a subscriber, you can review these solutions and download the solutions, and you will score well in your math exams. Take care. Have a nice day. I will see you next time.